When I decided to start practicing yoga, I was about 5 years after a back operation, so I have a titanium rod in my back to just hold me up because I have really bad scoliosis, and I just wanted to kind of get more freedom again. So then I decided to start practicing yoga to regain my balance. Within like the first week or two, whenever I came home, actually my mother would say that I looked more flexible since I started practicing yoga, and I'm just looser in general, so I'm always kind of slouched down on my right hand side, whereas now I'm a bit more kind of freedom to go up and down. And I suppose mentally then, like, concentration has definitely gone up. Like, you know, when Lalit would always say like that your mind is a monkey, like mine was like a David Attenborough documentary. There was just hundreds of things like going on. But now I suppose I'm a bit more able to sit and kind of focus on something, and I suppose physically for me the benefits are kind of more so, like my lung capacity I think is a little bit bigger, like I can stretch that a little bit further.
In traditional yoga there is no restrictions, yoga is for everyone. Back home in India, every family practice yoga. The idea of this science to heal the body and mind. There is no age limit or there is no limitations. It's for everyone.
I love practicing with Lalit. Like, I have no idea how he copes with me because we're both total opposite spectrums. Like, I'm very loud and outgoing, and like I know he's outgoing as well, but he seems really quiet, and you know, so when we met I was like, oh, I don't know how he's going to deal with me, poor Lalit. But we have a good bond, like, and I think he understands my limitations but is also not afraid to push those boundaries as well. And I think you need someone like that, someone that's able to say, like, are you in pain? You know, if you're in pain, this is what we can do to fix it. But if you're not in pain, then we're able to go one step further. Like when he told me today that I was gone from beginner to advanced, I actually thought he was joking, because like I don't look like an advanced yoga person whatsoever. Like, but in my head, I suppose, like, you know, you'd be scrolling on Instagram and you'd see people upside down with their legs split and arms out and things like that. And I was joking with a friend of mine, I was saying, if I'm not spinning on my head in 6 weeks, I'm going to be really disappointed. But I think I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there on the list of things that I want to do. Like, I've regained my balance. My core strength is kind of nearly as close as it was to swimming. And that's only after 4 weeks, you know, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the future has as well, like for me in yoga, because if I'm doing that now, I think I will be spinning my head in 6 weeks.
Joanne has taught me yoga. She has a courage and strength, and I learned a lot from her. If you have positive energy and mental strength, you can practice yoga. So there's no limitation, there's no physical limitation.
If someone told me that they couldn't practice yoga, I suppose I was the one saying that in the first place. I was like, oh, it's not for me. Like, you know, firstly I had no limbs. I couldn't do any of those cool dog poses or stand on my head or, you know, things like that. But then when I started doing it, you know, I suppose if someone like me who has no limbs, has a rod holding them together and 12 screws, I think in total, can do it, then I think anyone can do it. Like, it's not all about the standing on your head, doing wild stretches and things like that. It's more about getting to know your internal side and your internal strength and things like that. And I suppose if anyone said they couldn't do it, I just think they're doubting themselves more than anything, and I think they should get out and try and do it. There's plenty of outlets these days as well, so no one really has an excuse. It's just more mind over matter for me.